Hello, and thank you for signing up for the doForms for Geotab Solutions bundle. My name is John Peronich, and I will be your guide as you set up your system. Let's get started. First, load portal.doforms.com into your web browser and sign in using the credentials included in the startup email you received after requesting the free trial. Once logged into the doForms for Geotab portal, you will be able to set up your employees, upload data, and configure the system. Once doForms is set up, you must follow the directions in this video to link doForms with your Geotab account. You will then have the ability to see your doForms data in the Geotab portal Maps section and Trip History section. The doForms for Geotab portal can be used as well to run reports, create charts and graphs, and create custom views of the data you are collecting. Step 1. Setting up users and devices. There are 3 basic user setups: mobile users, which would be your workers; mobile managers, which are any managers, supervisors, or foremen; web users, which can be dispatchers, managers, or office workers. The free trial comes with 10 user licenses by default. If you would like to increase the size of your trial beyond 10 users, please contact your Geotab reseller or doForms. You will need a doForms license for each driver in Geotab and for anyone who wants to access data or dispatch using the portal. To set up users and managers, follow these steps. Click on the gear icon in the top right corner of the doForms portal and select Manage Mobile Users. A new tab will open in your browser. Click on Add User in the top left corner and a dialog box will appear. Enter your employee's 10-digit mobile number. The user will have to enter their PIN to access doForms on their mobile device. The PIN number can be any 4 to 8-digit number. If PIN-based security is turned on in the account, doForms will automatically time out on the mobile device to protect your data, requiring re-entry of the PIN to continue. The nickname is the name of the employee. Email address is required. doForms links the email address of the user in doForms with the email address in the driver's profile on Geotab. At this point, you will pick which set of mobile functions are loaded by selecting the appropriate project. For mobile users, select Mobile User as the default project, then enter their employee ID. If using the timesheet management software to calculate payroll, enter an hourly rate, then click Save. For managers, select Manager as the default project, then click Save. Managers are presented with a different set of forms for approving time adjustment requests and configuring certain system behavior. It is possible to give a manager access to both projects should that manager perform both roles. This is done in the Manage User screen by checking off the mobile user project in the row associated with this person and clicking Save again. Now let's set up web users for the doForms portal. Web users in doForms determine who can dispatch, view data, and build forms. You can apply restrictions on what data web users get access to as well. Geotab portal users that have a matching email address to a doForms web user will receive all of the same rights to the doForms data populated in the map and trip history sections. To set up a doForms web user, follow these steps. Click on the gear icon in the top right corner and select Manage Web Users. A new tab will open in your browser directly in the menu to add, edit, or view web users. Click on Add User in the top left corner and a dialog box will appear. Enter the web user's first and last name, telephone number, email, and assign a password. Note: the email address of the doForms web user must match the email address of the person configured to use the Geotab portal. Choose the time zone of the user. At this point, you will need to assign a role for this user. A dispatcher will be dispatching forms. A form builder builds and modifies forms. Note: this feature is turned off during the free trial period. Report builder builds reports using the built-in report builder. Reports require prepaid credits. Your free trial comes with 10. A system manager will grant access to delete form submissions. Now you will need to select which data your user will have access to. The system by default does not limit web user access to data. To limit access, simply restrict access to a project. This will restrict the user from having access to, for example, manager data or system data. The system is set up to store your company data in the Lookups project. This is where you keep employees, equipment, and other data used by your forms. You must now select the form privileges this user has. Select Read Only if you don't want the user to be able to modify existing form submissions. Select New and Edit if this user will have access to modify form submissions and create new ones. Click Save. If you are done adding web users, you may close out of this tab now. Step 2. Setting up your mobile app. On your device, open the App Store for iOS devices or Play Store for Android devices. Search doForms and download the app. Note, if you are using a tablet on iOS, make sure you are downloading the tablet version. Once downloaded, open the app and your device will prompt you to allow or deny permissions to allow certain features. Allow location services if you will be tracking employees and their transactions. If tracking is turned on, we can collect geofence data that allows us to see if employees are home or at a job site. You may either allow or deny permissions for doForms to make phone calls. It is necessary in the doForms for Geotab trial, so the app can make a phone call to any number in your form, such as a customer or a supervisor. Select Connect to an existing account. Then select Mobile Number and PIN. Enter the mobile number and PIN that were previously set up in the mobile user's menu. Hit Connect. The mobile device will now download all of the user's forms and form data based on how they were configured. So it is local on the device, and the device can be used in and out of coverage to collect data. Step 3. Setting up Geotab's portal with the doForms add-ins. Setting up doForms in Geotab's portal is very easy. These steps are critical in order for you to see your doForms data and form submissions within Geotab. First, we will be installing the doForms map add-in. In My Geotab, navigate to System, System Settings, Add-ins. Make sure Allow Unsigned Add-ins is on. Click New Add-in. Replace the text in the Configuration tab with the text shown, which will also be provided in the description below. Click OK, then click Save. Now let's install the doForms Trip History add-in. In My Geotab, navigate to System, System Settings, Add-ins. Make sure Allow Unsigned Add-ins is on. Click New Add-in. Replace the text in the Configuration tab with the text shown, which will also be provided in the description below. Click OK, then click Save. Now it's time to link Geotab to your doForms account. Before the add-ins can be used, your doForms administrator must link your Geotab account with your doForms account. In My Geotab, navigate to the map. Select at least one vehicle or driver. The doForms map add-in will display in the right panel. Enter the doForms administrator email address and password, and the doForms account that should be linked to Geotab. Note, the email does not need to match the email address of the currently logged in Geotab user. Click Connect to doForms. After Geotab and doForms are linked, the add-in will automatically log the user into the doForms web user account that matches the email of the logged in Geotab user. Reminder, doForms mobile units are matched to Geotab drivers by email address. If no mobile unit is found in doForms with a matching email address, the message "Mobile unit not found for email" will display. Also note, the email field is optional in the doForms mobile unit. However, it must be populated for the mobile unit to be matched to a driver. Step 4. Setting up doForms for Geotab solutions. Let's start by selecting which solutions we will be using in the system. In the portal, click the gear icon in the top right ribbon bar and select Manage System. Under General, select Projects. Deselect any of the following forms that you wish not to be included in the mobile app: Expense Report, Fuel Receipt, Incident Report, Inspection, Pre-existing Damage, Receipt, and Time Clock. Click Save and hit the Update icon in the mobile app. You can always add them back at a later time. Now we need to add data to your doForms database tables. Navigate to the Lookups tab in the top ribbon bar on the doForms portal. On the left side, you will see all of your database tables. The following solutions need to have these data. Dispatch needs contacts, customers, employees, equipment, and products. Inspection needs contacts. Receipt needs customers, employees, equipment, and products. Time clock needs adjustment reasons and features. If the time clock is enabled and you'll be allowing adjustment requests, you'll need the following data for the process adjustment solution: employees and adjustment denial reasons. Pre-existing damage, incident report, expense report, and fuel receipt don't need any data. Note: adjustment denial reasons, employee status, expenses, features, reasons for time adjustments, time adjustment requests, and time records are form-based data sources that will be managed by the mobile apps and require no initial attention from the web user. There are two ways to add data. Manually add data by clicking the New button above the field column names. You can either save and reload the form or save and close when you are done. Or you can import from Excel. In Excel, row 1 of your sheet should be the following columns. For employees, employee ID, name, title, email, phone, pay rate, and labor rate. For contacts, contact name, title, email, and phone. For customers, customer ID, company name, contact name, address, city, state, zip, full address, phone number, and email. For equipment, equipment ID, description, hours, and rate. And for products, product ID, description, price, and quantity on hand. Now, starting from row 2 and without having any empty rows in between, enter as much data as needed with the appropriate data from that column. Once you've finished and saved it to your files, click the Import button text above the field column names and select Data when the dialog box appears. The Import wizard will appear now. Click on Select a File and open the Excel that you just created with your data. The wizard will load for a few seconds and it will find the column names from your Excel. Start mapping the correct fields from the Excel to the form fields that are on the left. Finally, click Import and it will load all of your data in. Now let's configure your mobile apps features. If you are utilizing the time clock, you now have to configure the time clock features. There are two ways to set up the features: Manager app or in the portal. In the Manager mobile app, open the Select Features form. Toggle which features you would like the time clock to support, then click Save. In the portal, click on the Lookups tab. Click Features on the left. Click the plus icon to create a new record. Toggle which features you would like the time clock to support, then click Save. Step 5. Dispatching and viewing data in Geotab. You can dispatch a job directly from the Geotab map or trips history section by clicking the Dispatch button to the right of the driver's name. Any events that appear underneath the driver's events section are interactable, where you can view, edit, or see history of that form. The map section will show the current location for all drivers in Geotab assigned to a vehicle. It'll also show the last 12 hours of events for each doForms mobile user assigned as a driver in Geotab. Events will be timesheet events, completed dispatches, fuel receipts, etc. Finally, it will also show all dispatches to that driver that have yet to be completed. The trips history section will display all trips for that driver during a time period. After selecting a trip, you will also see all doForms events that happened during that trip. Click the doForms button in either the trip history or map section to view additional ways to view data. Here are the additional features and functions from the doForms portal: calendar-based scheduling, Data Manager, where you can create and save pre-filtered views and create charts and graphs, Activity View, which lets you see all incoming forms from all users, and Reports, where you can build and view scheduled reports. If you have any further questions regarding the doForms for Geotab solution, please contact us at 855-DoForms or email us at sales@doforms.com. Thank you for watching and welcome to doForms.